I'm Dr. Joey Faucette, coaching you to work positive. This week, let's talk about 3 more positive strategies to deal with your negative boss. I shared with you a few weeks ago 3 positive strategies to deal with a negative boss. And I knew there were a whole lot of negative bosses out there, but evidently there are a whole lot more than I realized. Your overwhelming response prompted me to remember some of my own Eeyore vampire bosses, like the one who was so insecure, she didn't want the organization to grow at all. And then there was the other one who wanted me to trade product for pot. Yeah, pot. And then there was the one whose boyfriend was jealous of my success. So I reflected on what I learned from each of them. And here are 3 more positive strategies for you to deal with your negative boss. First of all, take charge of the conversation. From the one who was so insecure, she didn't want the organization to grow, I learned that positive success means change. And while some bosses say they want to succeed, their definition is really to keep things status quo as they are, to prop up the current facade so that the company survives, not really thrives. And what you want to do is take charge of the conversation with such bosses and realize that their fear is real. It's primarily a fear of losing control. Rather than waiting until the weekly meeting, have some impromptu conversations about some positive outcomes that can come from this change and connect it to something familiar that the boss already knows about. That's comforting to your boss, which eases him into growth mode rather than jerking him out of his comfort zone. Second thing you want to do is take care of you. From the one who wanted me to trade product for pot and promised to share the pot with me, I learned that you have to take care of yourself. You see, the job's important. Yes, you respect authority. Yes, you definitely need to make money, right? Yes, you have a job and you can respect authority in jail, but it just doesn't pay quite as well, right? Each morning when you get up and stare at yourself in that makeup or shaving mirror, it's you. It's only you in that mirror. Your first responsibility is to you. So take care of yourself. Live in honesty, work out of integrity and love, and you'll always have a job, or better yet, you'll be your own work positive boss one day. Thirdly, take compassion on that boss. From the one whose boyfriend was jealous of my success, I learned that sometimes the boss needs some compassion too. I was 22 years old. I had tripled the company's revenue each month in my first 3 months. I had even picked up her Great Dane from the shelter when he ran off in a driving thunderstorm, and she fired me a week after I returned from my honeymoon. Her boyfriend was threatened by me. What did I learn? Well, frankly, it took a while for me to quit hating her. And I learned that I had to forgive her, not because she deserved it now. I forgave her to help me. You see, when I forgave her, I realized this company was the first company she'd ever owned. She was figuring out what it meant to be responsible for all kinds of operational matters that were way above her pay grade. She had little background in. She was in way over her head, which is why she had to get drunk that Saturday morning to fire me. Later on, she lost the business. Like my boss, your boss is human and makes mistakes too. I certainly made my fair share working for her. Quit hating the boss. Hate only hurts you. Forgive the boss. No, she doesn't deserve it, but forgive her for your sake. Take compassion on the boss because the boss is human too. Take care of yourself and take charge of that conversation so you work positive in a negative world. Coaching you to work positive, I'm Dr. Joey Faucette.